It's the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Browns and the Bills. Next on Madden NFL 23.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They're led out by the ninth-year starter out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 27, Carr. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. The Bills hit 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Now Carr. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Pause here for an injured player. That's Kenny Galladay, who's in some pain out there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Meanwhile, Carr's throw into the hands of Fan. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Throwing again on second down. Carr over the middle. He gets it to Barrios. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Madison running on first down. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. On play action. Now Carr. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Here's Carr to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by a man who needs no introduction. One of the most exciting players in all of sports. Now in his 6th season out of Texas A&M, Patrick Mahomes.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Mahomes, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Going deep for Hopkins. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. On 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells that offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Opening carry of the game for Cordell Patterson. Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 82 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball of the season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. First and 10, it's Patterson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. On second down, a run with Patterson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
They'll go. It's Patterson. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They'll run with Patterson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on first and goal.
Second down and goal. Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Brandon Cooks. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. A first down carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr out to the flat here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Mahomes now to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 1st down, Carr. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sebastian Joseph Day in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Shotgun now for Carr. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Mahomes now on first down. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's taken to the 26. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st down, Mahomes. It's caught left side by Cooks. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Patterson running between the tackles. can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Bills ready to take over. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7. Carr finding Hawkinson here on the outside. 2nd catch for him today, and they'll wind up the 1st down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. We're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Play action. Now it's Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Carr to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Noah Fant, 39 yards. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
When you give up a long touchdown touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out and feel charged up and ready to go.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. And the Browns getting set to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A.J. Brown, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
And a great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Dumping it off for Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Taken at the goal line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Called a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. Mahomes to throw once more. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Cleveland.
On 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Another completion right back to Patterson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. On 2nd and goal. Mahomes. The quick slant caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Patterson will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Berrios now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Carr. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st down, Carr finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
A give up the middle to Johnson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Now a give to Madison. Good footwork at the 30. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Carr now on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to connect with Berrios. Touchdown! Braxton Berrios. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw it incomplete.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. There again is Cooks, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Complete to Brandon Cooks. A gain of 16 yards. And the Browns first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Patterson on the draw. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And it's caught. Touchdown, Browns. O.J. Howard from 6 yards away. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And here come the Bills. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
From the 24, Carr slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Screen play, Johnson. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Second and 7, operating from the 34. Again, it's Carr. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson.
Complete to T.J. Hockenson. It's a gain of 5.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On play action, now Carr. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On the handoff, it's Madison. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
Here's Madison getting it again on second. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 2.
To throw, it's Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Here's Carr. That's caught at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 2 now, second and goal. Madison, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Carr. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Mahomes now on first down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a fourth down?
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Carr. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Out to the flat here for Johnson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Carr going to throw. Again, it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Carr. He's got his tight end fan. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. The Carr's thrown into the hands of McLaurin, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Patterson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll run with Patterson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here we go on fourth down. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. So no shortage of offense in this game. A very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for the Browns, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit.